The present you that feels down or doesn't believe in themselves or feels stuck or feels like life is blah. What else is going to make me feel excited? Because you would never believe, but once you achieve certain goals, you still will always want more. Welcome, my $1 billion baby. Today's a solo episode, and I'm really going to dive into what's been helping me lately with manifesting my dreams. I know we all want things in our life and we want them to come true. And sometimes we can get stuck in a rut because we feel like we've been wanting it for so long and we've been trying to get it for so long and we've been doing all these steps and all these things and we still don't have it. And it's a lot. And those are the times where you could just kind of feel down or feel like, is life ever going to give me those beautiful things I dream of? And, we all want to get to those places where we feel positive about it and we feel confident that we can have the things we want. But that's not really the case if we're honest with ourselves. We're all going to have days, multiple days, maybe a month, where we feel down and maybe longer. Like we're all going to have those periods of time where we're not feeling as confident about our dreams or the things that we want. And that is normal. And what has really helped me a lot recently when I was going on a walk in the morning, because I like to go on walks with my sister in the morning as much as she'll come with me. And one of the things that has helped me is don't worry because it's going to happen anyways. Don't worry because it's going to happen anyways. That could feel like, what do you mean? But what I mean is don't worry because it's going to happen anyways. Think about the things that you have wanted in your life, that they could even be small things that you wanted that you now have. Think about, allow your mind to go there. Like, what things have you wanted before that you struggled with and that you now, your future self, can look back at your old self and be like, oh, wow, I remember when I wanted this and now I have it. I remember when I wanted friends like this. I remember when I wanted a guy like this or a girl like this or this kind of job or these new shoes, or I remember when I would have died to have a car like the car I have today. We all have something that we now have that we used to really want. And that's the exact same thing as getting the career opportunity or the dream life you want. The only difference is you're putting the dream career or that thing on a pedestal. But it's just as easy to manifest the dream career as it is to manifest $1 on the floor, a quarter on the floor. They're all the same thing. The only difference is the way that you perceive those things. You putting that thing is harder to get. And so when you kind of do these little games with yourself where you're like, okay, let me remember what it feels like to have something now that I used to want really badly. Okay, this is the energy it feels like. I remember it felt like, wow, I always wanted to have and work in a company like I have today. This is for me. I used to always daydream about having people that work for me and that I can inspire and being able to give back to people that look up to me, but in a way where I could be like, I'm here, but that's because you can be here because I used to be like you. That was what was so exciting for me. And that's what I always would dream of is come on, universe, please. I know that when I become successful, I'm going to use it in a good, positive way because the people I'm going to help believe in themselves. I used to think that when I was broke and I was living paycheck to paycheck, trying to build a business and failing a million times. I used to think that. And there would be times where I'd get down on myself and be like, I could never have it. You know what? I can't ever have it. I have videos, and I always talk about this. One day I will release of me bawling, crying, saying it's too hard to build a company. And so I remember wanting those things so badly, but look, now I have it. And there's no difference between myself or you. There literally is no difference other than what you perceive this thing to be. Is it too above you that you can't even fathom having it? So one of the things that I did the other day, which was a really great tool and something I suggest that you do, is think about the you that has the thing that you want. Just think about it for a moment. What does that person look like? How does that person act? Where is the person at? Like, are they in your dream house? Are they sitting on the ocean on a vacation with their significant other? Are they next to their dream partner in bed? Are they at an office that they dreamed of in a career that they love? Are they in front of a camera making a podcast? What does that dream person look like to you? And once you can get into that level of like, what would my dream version of myself look like? And you can allow yourself to just be creative and be childlike and think about it and have a little bit of fun to like let yourself go there. Like, what is this version of me doing right now? What is that future version of you doing right now? Where are they located? What are the things that are happening around them? How do they feel right now? How do they show up in life? How does that look? And get to that place and write yourself a letter from the future you to present you. The present you that feels down or doesn't believe in themselves or feels stuck or feels like life is blah, because I've been feeling that. I've been feeling that lately, like blah, like what else is going to make me feel excited? Because you would never believe, but once you achieve certain goals, you still will always want more. So we all want more no matter what you achieve. And so remind yourself of who that future version is. Write a letter to the present you with any of the hardship that you're currently going through, and tell yourself, don't worry because it's all going to happen anyways. Don't worry because it's all going to happen. This is how I would say it, dear my $1 billion baby, I know you're struggling right now, and I've seen the days where you just give up. I know you sit in your room wondering if you're ever going to achieve success. I know you struggle with having the right people in your life that support your dreams. I know you struggle with having enough finances to be able to put towards creating the life you want to create. But I want to tell you that I'm so proud of you because you are going to have it. It's without a shadow of a doubt. I'm here living it. And doesn't that give you peace knowing that it all worked out anyways? And that your only job this whole time was to allow and to believe in yourself and to let go. And when you're in those moments where you can, allow it to make you feel so good. Because when you're in those moments where you can allow yourself to believe that you will have it, milk those moments. That's what Abraham Hicks always says, an amazing manifestor thought leader. She always talks about when you're in the positive energy, milk it, because that is such a heightened frequency. Like, milk those moments and feel really good, and just do everything to really just build off that momentum. So when you can write to yourself in this way, tell yourself everything you have. I'm so excited because you actually did make it. You do have that career that you wanted all this time. It feels so good because I'm looking over right now at my dream partner in my dream house, and they love me so much. You should see how much they love me. You should see how everything you dreamed of having in a dream partner actually came true. You should see the career that you have and how many people look up to you and how many people are inspired by you. Like, wow, you would be so proud to see what you have now. And like, really write to yourself from future self to you now. And that is going to get you in such a good place. And when that gets you in such a good place, milk it. Go on a walk after. Feel the feelings of that future self. Feel the feelings of confidence that your dreams are going to come true. I always like to say, when I'm manifesting anything, what does it feel like? And sometimes we have blocked parts of ourselves that doesn't allow our minds to go there. Like, for an example, one of my goals in life is to be so financially free that like money I never feel that feeling of lack. When I see a price tag, I'm never like, oh, okay, I have to buy it, but like I'm worried. Like, I don't want to feel that. And trust me, I still feel that today. Like, that is something I constantly work on. And I want to get to a place in life where I feel zero lack. And it's all abundance. And some days I feel better than others. Some days I feel very abundant. And that's the reason that I'm so attracted to the abundant mentality, is because it's been something in my life I've really had to work on achieving and going after and believing. And so I took a pain and I made it a goal of mine. And so we all have something like that. But I want to feel that. I want to feel complete abundance, complete wealth, complete financial freedom, that I can do and have whatever I want, and I have no limits in life. Like, that's the life I want to live. And people could judge me for saying that, but I'm completely happy with my dreams, because I believe that we only get to live once. And if we only get to live once, what life do I want to live? And that's the life I personally want to live. And that doesn't mean you have to want to live that life, but what is it that you are stopping yourself from believing you can have because of your own limited mindset? And so sometimes we've never unlocked that part of our brain. Like, for an example, I used to be around someone that was very, very wealthy, and I became very close with them, and I saw the way that they looked at money, and I saw the way they felt about things. And initially, I think there's a lot of people that would be around them and judge them because they're like, oh, they don't know how hard it is. They don't know, all the things we have to deal with. And the way I looked at them was like, that's so cool. That's so cool you get to do that. That's so cool you get to go eat at fancy restaurants every single night. Like, it's just a Tuesday after work and you're going to that place? Like, what? That's so cool. Like, I would get excited about it. And that's how you should feel watching anyone live their dreams. Get excited about it, because you too can have that. And so it's all an energetic feeling. And the more that you can be around these things or get yourself to unlock this part of your brain, because you can almost feel what it feels like to be like that, is how you know that you're becoming familiar with something, and your subconscious is understanding what that's like. And you slowly but surely are gradually getting more and more used to that reality, which means that reality will come true. So, getting yourself to understand who that future you is you getting used to the feeling of having it. And I always say, if you've listened to me for some time, start with baby steps. If you're trying to manifest something, what can you open yourself to believing? What can you open yourself to imagining? Like, for me, since I want to manifest complete financial freedom, I'm like, what would it feel like to literally not care about finances in that way? Or like, I was with friends and not even having to think about who pays for the bill, or not even having to think, none of us wanted to drive to go to this party. And I'm like, I want to not even have to think about it and get a Sprinter because there's like 15 of us, and get everyone the bus. And like, I pay for everything, and doesn't even cross my mind. Like, these are the types of things that I started to want to manifest and think about and break through. And so there's something we all have, and we just need to allow ourselves to play a game with ourselves. And everything is about being childlike again. Can you go back to your child self that used to imagine and visualize and play and daydream? And it's so funny because lately, a thing that I keep seeing on social media is being delulu. And it's like being a little delusional. And the only thing that means to me is like, you're free enough with yourself to know that this shit isn't real anyways. Like, why are we taking life so seriously? We're taking all these things so seriously. And yes, life isn't easy. And so I don't want you to feel triggered by me saying that. Why I'm saying this is because I want to unlock a part of your brain that starts to realize that this shit doesn't have to be so serious. And there's times I take it very serious, but the most pure, fun parts of ourselves is the part that doesn't take it so serious. And you know what's crazy about that is the moment you don't take it so serious and you start to have fun, you start to daydream, you start to play again, you start to have fun, you start to imagine, you start to believe. That's when you start to have everything you want, and things just work out and things just come into flow, and you start to have the things you want. So I love you guys so much for listening to today's episode. Lately, I've been really wondering, where should I go with this podcast? Like, I love having like girl talks with my friends and deep conversations, but I love like also getting into business. And then I love getting into manifestation and having the dream life you want, because that's all I care about and that's all I think about. And so I really love when you guys tell me, like, what do you want me to cover more? Like, where do you feel the most fulfilled when you're listening to this? Because I do this because of you guys. And there's nothing that makes me feel more fulfilled than seeing what you guys have to say. So thank you so much for the beautiful comments. And I will be back every week on Tuesday